Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well today. I hope you're all enjoying the fall season. It is officially October and I am so excited that fall is finally here. I feel like I've been waiting for fall since July, so it's here now. Today I have a Goose Creek fall wax melt and candle haul to share with you. Several of you have been asking me to do a Goose Creek haul. If you have watched my channel for a while and you keep up with my empties videos, you'll know that I absolutely love Goose Creek's wax melts. They are, I would say, my favorite retail wax melts on the market. They are reasonably priced. They are typically on sale from $1.99 to $2.99. They are super strong. They have some amazing scents. I love the labels, and they don't generally leave a mess in my warmer or any kind of staining, so I absolutely love them. What you don't see on my channel very often are Goose Creek candles. It's not because I don't like Goose Creek candles, it's just because for me personally, I have moved away from large jar candles. It's just a choice that I've made. I prefer personally a 14 to 16 or 17 ounce multiple wick candle, and that's just what I gravitate toward, and I like to be able to start a candle and finish it within like a week. I have enough unburned candles in my stash that I don't want to put partially burned candles, and for me like a 22 ounce large jar, I just get tired of the scent by the end of it, so I've just moved away from all large jars from any company. But when I saw that Goose Creek had launched 3 wick candles, of course I had to give them a try. I tried a couple from the summer, and then I definitely wanted to pick up these fall scents because fall scents are my absolute favorite. I did also pick up a couple of large jar Halloween candles. For this video, I'm going to start with the wax melts and then I will move into the candles. This is a cold sniff impression haul video. If you are interested in reviews, definitely check out my empties video. If you're only interested in the candles or the wax melts, I will leave the timestamps below so you can click on that timestamp and it will take you to directly the portion of the video that you're interested in. So if you're interested in seeing my haul and hearing my thoughts, let's get started. The first scent I have is Love You Latte. The notes are fresh brewed coffee, fluffy marshmallows, vanilla cream, milk, espresso, caramel, and creamy vanilla. And I really like this scent a lot. The coffee notes are very well balanced by the marshmallow and the vanilla cream. You definitely get that latte aspect. You get this sort of this frothy, milky, creamy consistency with a shot of espresso. Very well balanced. What I also really like about this one, it doesn't have a ton of caramel. A lot of these kind of coffee sweet drink scents can have a lot of caramel to sweeten it up, and this one you don't really get much caramel. There is some sweetness of course, but I like that the caramel isn't dominating the blend and it doesn't make it overly sweet. It's frothy, creamy, milky, vanilla coffee scent, and I cannot wait to try it. I picked up 2 of the brown sugar churro scent. I absolutely love any kind of scent like this. Fried dough, cinnamon sugar, a little bit of sweetness, yes please. This smells amazing. It smells exactly like you would think it would smell. You definitely get the fried unsweetened dough that has, and then that has been rolled in cinnamon sugar. Then I also definitely get the caramel and the maple, but it's not overly dominantly sweet from the caramel and maple, thankfully. It definitely makes me think that you have like a dipping sauce on the side of the churro. It is absolutely delicious. If you like your bakery, fried donut, churro type of scents, definitely check this one out. The next scent I have is the Dutch Stroopwafel. This looks delicious and it makes me definitely want to eat a cookie after this. The notes are crisp waffle, hazelnut, chocolate shavings, creamy caramel, buttery dough, sugared vanilla, and warm honey. And this one also is another delicious bakery scent. You definitely get this waffle cone base. If you've ever gone into an ice cream shop where they make their own waffle cones, you'll know exactly the smell that I'm talking about. There's like this delicate bakery note. There's also a little bit of a butteriness. I was nervous that the caramel and hazelnut would overwhelm the actual bakery note, the waffle cone, the actual cookie piece of this, but it doesn't. It adds a nice sweetness without overwhelming the bakery aspect, and again, just another delicious bakery scent. The next one I picked up was Autumn. Again, a beautiful label. It just makes you want to take a walk down that autumn lane. The notes of autumn are tea leaves, harvest spices, orange blossom, crunchy leaves, birch leaves, and light cinnamon. And this one does somewhat remind me of Bath & Body Works leaves, and that they definitely has this apple cider base. It is not the exact same as leaves though, because this one definitely has more spice, and it sort of lacks that syrupy golden nectar note that leaves has. It's predominantly an apple cider blend with a little bit of a freshness and extra spice, and I've melted it before. Really strong, really good, and I enjoy it. I picked up 2 of the white pumpkin. Again, I just love the label. I think white pumpkins are just so pretty. The notes of white pumpkin are cinnamon stick, fresh ginger, ground nutmeg, pumpkin puree, spiced pecan, creamy vanilla, caramel swirl, and brown sugar. You get a lot of the nutmeg and a lot of the creamy fresh pumpkin puree, and it definitely makes me think of Bath and Body Works pumpkin patch / pumpkin carving / heirloom pumpkin scent that everyone loves, but a little bit more spicy. You get a little bit more of the cinnamon that comes out in that candle. What I don't get is much clove, if any, in this scent. The nutmeg, the ginger definitely make themselves known, and there is a nice underlying sweetness as well. So just an all-around really, really nice pumpkin scent that is perfect for this time of year. The next one I picked up is In the Forest, and the notes of this one are woodland leaves, true woods, natural woodland, rosemary, cedar wood, and lush amber. And I sort of took a chance with this one. Sometimes woodsy scents can be too heavy for me. Sometimes they can sort of register as masculine or have a bit of a cologne undertone. Thankfully, this one does not. I actually really, really like this one. It definitely makes me think of walking into a forest after a rain. There is definitely the various different woods notes that come out, but there is something that's a little bit aquatic or ozone that comes out as well that makes me think that it's just rained, and now I am walking through a forest where there's like moss on the ground and it's still, the leaves are still damp underneath my feet, and I love the herbal aspect of the rosemary in this. It's just a really, really nice blend, and if you like your kind of woodsy type of scents with a little bit of an ozone fresh note, give this one a try. It's really nice. I picked up an apple bourbon. This is a scent that I have had before. The notes are sweet apple, cinnamon, bourbon, and woods. And this one is just a really nice apple scent. I love apple scents this time of year. You definitely get a sweet gala type apple note, just a little bit of spice, and it definitely kind of makes me think of like a stewed apple. It's not an apple sauce. It's not baked apples that you're getting ready for a pie, but it's almost like what you do to apples before you get them ready for cider. So there is something where you've maybe cooked them just a little bit and you started to incorporate the spice, but there's still huge chunks of the fresh apple still in there. And so just a really great apple scent in my opinion. The next one I picked up is Pile of Leaves, and look at that doggone cute Labrador in the pile of leaves. It is so cute. The notes of this one are fallen leaves, autumn air, apple blossom, citrus, soft pine, sandalwood, and cedar. And this definitely smells like Bath and Body Works sweater weather. If you like that scent, eucalyptus, juniper, fresh, perfect transitional scent from fall to winter, you're gonna love this one. This is definitely a dupe or very close dupe of Bath and Body Works sweater weather, and I absolutely love it. The next one I have is funnel cake, and I am going to be going to my North Carolina State Fair in the middle of October, and I cannot wait to get a funnel cake. That looks so good. The notes are melted butter, fried dough, powdered sugar, vanilla bean, whipped cream, and sugar sauce spice. Now funnel cake is a scent that I can get because I also buy vendor wax, but a lot of those funnel cake scents can be really, really sweet. This one is not. You get the buttery fried dough first and foremost, and just a sprinkling of the powdered sugar. It doesn't come across overly sweet. I'm not getting any kind of like underlying caramel or maple. It just smells like fried, unsweetened dough with a little bit of powdered sugar on top, and it's absolutely delicious. I love the fact that you can get that buttery note as well. Yum. I am definitely craving sweets now after this haul. And the last wax melt I picked up is peanut butter sugar. This is another scent that I have had before, but since there was a wax melt sale, I wanted to go ahead and grab this. The notes are fluffy marshmallow, peanut butter, vanilla bean, warm butter, and vanilla dip waffle cone. And this one is absolutely delicious. If you like peanut butter scents, we just don't get enough peanut butter scents in my opinion. This one is a lot of vanilla amazingness, marshmallow, vanilla bean, yumminess, waffle cone, with an amazing amount of peanut butter, and it's creamy. It's definitely not a crunchy peanut butter. It's definitely a creamy, swirled in peanut butter mixed with the vanilla, and I just absolutely love it. It's also really good to mix this one with other bakery scents as well to add a peanut butter component to a scent. I like to mix this with like a banana scent, and it's wonderful. So if you like peanut butter scents, definitely recommend this one as well. Moving on into the candles, I picked up the 3-wick and funnel cake because again, I love this type of scent, so I wanted to definitely try it in a candle as well. You can see the lids here have Goose Creek on the top. and this is what the candles look like inside. White wicks. So I am super excited to try these. I've already discussed the scent in the wax melts, so I'm going to move on to the next one. The next candle I picked up is Lovely Leaves, and this one is Harvest Apple, Cool Plum, Woodland Leaves, Soft Jasmine, Cedarwood, Soft Patchouli, and Sandalwood. This is a really great conceptual scent. It does ever so slightly lean toward a little bit of a cologne vibe, but the fruit notes in this balance that out. And so for me, as someone who doesn't like cologne scents, I don't dislike this one. In fact, I do like it. It comes across a bit as a wearable scent. Like, I definitely feel like this could be a body wash or a perfume, cologne, something that you would wear on your person, versus it doesn't transport me to like a place. It doesn't take me to the woods or stomping around in leaves. It definitely makes me think of something that I would wear on my person. I think that's because you got all of these sort of conceptual kind of notes like sandalwood, and then balancing that with the fruit notes definitely makes this a wearable kind of scent, sort of a unisex vibe, but definitely heavier, sort of fall winter kind of blend. The next one I have is Carnival Apple. I love the label on that one. It definitely makes me super excited to go to the fair soon. The notes of this one are green apple, spun sugar, light cinnamon, almond, buttery caramel, and vanilla bean. And I thought this might be just a variation of Bath & Body Works Cider Lane. But Goose Creek has their own version of that scent in the caramel covered apples, I think is what it's called. This, I definitely pull that tart green apple note that comes through. So it doesn't seem to be quite as sweet as Cider Lane. Definitely similarities though, but not exactly the same. But I love all caramel apple scents for the most part, so I'm excited for this one. The next one I have is Harvest Hayride, and I love the color of this wax. It is beautiful. I love that picture. I have had this scent before in wax melt form a couple of years ago, and it is fabulous. The notes are apple, bergamot, cassis, cinnamon, harvest spices, mountain hay, cedar, and patchouli. And essentially it comes across to me as amazing apple cider with an outdoorsy vibe. It definitely makes me think of sitting outside at some kind of October festival or fall fest, and if there's cool air, there's leaves underneath your feet, and you have this barrel of apple cider sitting beside you. You get the warm cinnamon and the apple and all the other spices, the mulling spices that go into the apple cider, but you definitely get this distinct freshness, outdoorsiness that comes through as well, and it's just a really great, wonderful fall scent. The next one I have here is Warm Pumpkin Cookie, and it looks absolutely delicious. The notes are warm cookie, spiced apple, pumpkin spice, soft cinnamon, brown sugar, buttery vanilla, and milk. And I do not personally prefer this scent. It definitely reminds me of Bath & Body Works pumpkin pecan waffles or pumpkin pecan waffles, depending on where you're from, which I don't like that scent. It is way too sweet for me, and I definitely get that very distinct pumpkin pecan waffles vibe from this scent. I smell it and it sort of instantly gives me a headache because it's just too sweet. But if you like that type of sweet scent, if you like pumpkin pecan waffles, then I think that you would love this one. The next one I have is Let's Stay Home, and look how cozy that looks. I love the blue color of the wax. The notes are crisp apple, soothing chamomile, creamy hazelnut, soft latte, creamy white woods, vanilla, and amber. And this is definitely a conceptual type of scent. Goose Creek has a lot of conceptual scents, which is great if you love those. This one leans a bit more on like the perfumey side of things. It definitely makes you feel a sort of a coziness. The chamomile is definitely adding this slightly clean, comforting, cozy kind of vibe to the scent. I'm not a huge fan of chamomile nor amber and some of those types of notes that lean a little bit toward like the perfume kind of route. It's not heavy on that side, but there is enough of that it's not my personal favorite. But if you like those type of scents, then you may want to give this one a try. And then I did pick up 2 of the Halloween candles. This has the black wax, and I'm happy to report that I'm not getting a ton of black dye smell. I tend to be very sensitive to dark colored dyes, black dye, navy, dark red. And while I do pick up some of that here, it is not overpowering, so I'm happy about that. The notes of Witch's Cauldron or Witch's Brew, Hallows Fog, Patchouli Leaves, Graveyard Mist, Haunted Woods, and Soft Anise. This is definitely not going to be a scent for everyone. If you don't like patchouli, then stay away from this because you definitely get a really nice essential oil patchouli kind of note. Don't think of like a quote-unquote hippie patchouli note. It doesn't smell sort of musky or dirty, but it smells like a really nice patchouli essential oil. There is sort of a musky, foggy vibe to this, for lack of. It definitely makes you think of like a cold Halloween night. It makes you think of witches brewing a brew in a cauldron. Definitely makes me think of a cold, dark night. And it does somewhat make me think of Yankee Candle's Witch's Brew, but to me, Witch's Brew has just the patchouli note in that is super, super dominant. And while it is very dominant in this scent, the other notes in this do sort of balance out the patchouli a bit better than Witch's Brew, in my opinion. A little bit of the anise comes through. I wouldn't mind actually having more of that licorice anise note coming through. I think that would be a really nice balance, but I actually really like this one. Again, it won't be for everyone. If those kind of notes put you off, then you may want to try something else, but if you like those kind of conceptual notes, if you like patchouli anise type blends, then give this one a try. And last but certainly not least, I picked up Trick or Treat, and I love the label, and again, the black dye here. I forgot to show earlier, but these are 2-wick candles. This scent is really, really nice. With a name like Trick or Treat and seeing the kids like going to trick-or-treating, I would think that it was just like a bag of candy, but I'm actually glad to report that it doesn't. The notes are apple pear, light graham cracker, spiced pumpkin, apple cider, milk chocolate, and vanilla. And it definitely registers as a apple bakery, apple crumble kind of blend. But the apple notes don't register as like fully cooked or baked apples. There definitely is sort of a freshness to the fruit in this scent with the graham cracker, and the spice is not dominant, and luckily there's not very much chocolate. If you're not a fan of chocolate, that note made me a little bit nervous, but luckily I'm not pulling a ton of chocolate from this, maybe just a tiny whiff, but it's not overpowering the blend, thankfully. I would say that you have to appreciate apple to like this blend. If you're a person who doesn't like apple scents at all, then this one you may not like. I personally love apple, and so I'm really, really excited to try this one and see what notes come out when it's burning. I've heard a lot of really great things about that one. Okie dokie, y'all, that is it. That is my entire Goose Creek wax melt and candle haul. Let me know in the comments below which of these scents y'all have picked up. Which of these scents are you loving? Are there any scents here that I don't have that you have fallen in love with that you would recommend to me? I always love to hear your suggestions, and I always love to hear which ones of these scents are your absolute favorites. If you watch this video in this entirety, leave me a fall or Halloween emoji below, a couple of leaves, a jack-o'-lantern, whatever you have. I love to interact with y'all, and it's just a fun way to kind of see what kind of emojis y'all come up with. If you like this video or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see other videos like this, please subscribe. I do lots of candle and wax hauls on this channel, as well as a detailed monthly empties video, which are my candle reviews. Thank you all so much for all of your comments, likes, and all of your support on my videos. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. I think this is the best community of people. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.